No redemption for Italy as France turn on the style. My name's Mark, let's talk rugby. France start as they mean to go on. We have a poor kick return from Allen at the kickoff. France then, they come back at Italy. Some strong carries, gets them up to the 22. They get it out wide where they got just plenty of numbers. Ramos then draws Allen. He's basically the last cover. He puts Pernod over in the corner. He then converts, Ramos that is, converts from out wide. 7-0. And not the start that Italy needed. Italy's line-out then malfunctions. It was very poor all night. France attack again. There's a big hit from Lamro on Dante. Hopefully at that stage I'm thinking, like, you know, this is a sign there's going to be a bit more bite to Italy this week. At times there were, but mostly not. Italy not retreating, and they give France a soft penalty. You know, it was one of these, it's kicked up and under, and nobody makes a move to actually go backwards before they're put onside. Ramos hammers this one over from halfway. It's 10-0. Fiku then is offside. Italy go up the line. Wokido gets up to nicker for France. Thought he was excellent tonight. Italy, you know, they need some kind of platform. They can't really produce it at all. Pernod then has a chance but can't quite make it work as he tries a kick that just doesn't come off. But France keep up the pressure. Pernod then puts in another kick. This is a good one though, much better. BLBRE collects it and steps to defenders. Just the way he stepped, like, just left the two of them for dead, and then he went over to score. Ramos converts for 17-0, and already thinking, are Italy in for another hammering here? Italy, they can't secure another line out on the 5 metre, their own 5 metre line, and we have just a mess of a scrum that happens after that. A couple of resets and stuff. France then go wide, and some great hands from Jalabert and Fiku, and then Ramos goes over to score. He converts his own try for 24-0. France win the penalty at the breakdown. Aldrit gets over the ball. The kick to the corner. Again, Aldrit on both sides of the ball tonight was, had a great game. He was excellent. Italy, more resolute this time. France spread it to Luku. He gets isolated. They get over the ball, win a penalty. They attack off the line out. Capuozzo goes through a gap, gives to Allen. He kind of then drifts out wide, expecting the ball back, but Allen gets swallowed up. BLBRE puts in a great tackle, and the ball squirts out as Allen does try to force that pass to Capuozzo. Italy then have a period of possession, not really troubling the French defence, but Mauvaka gives away a penalty, and also Jalabert, actually two of them gave away a penalty in the same kind of, set of phases. His one is for deliberate knock-on, is a bit further forward, so Italy decide to take that one. They keep to the corner. Capuozzo, though, he goes off with a head knock. He got a smack in the head from like a loose leg. They said on commentary that it was from his own player, but maybe I just missaw, because I thought the leg that hit him in the head had a red sock on it, but either way, big loss to his team there. Italy then from the line out to go to the maul, making progress, but then they decide to break off and kills the progress. They then spread it. Brex, then Varney both go close. Pick and goes from them, probing at the line. Finally, Ferrari, he goes over to score, but then we have a TMO check for a clear out by Ferrari earlier in the move. It's a high clear out on Luku. First hits the chest, then rises up to the head. Referee, initially he's talking about yellow, as far as I can tell. It's hard to hear because there's just a massive chorus of boos like for 5 minutes from the crowd as they're deliberating. Eventually they settle on the penalty and the try is chalked off. Italy, though, then they win another penalty and they go back up the line, though. Garbisi misses touch with the penalty, and really it's the last kind of bit of what would you call it, like attack or chance really from Italy for a very long time. Like it was really was a momentum killer for them, because it looked like they were going to maybe, you know, pick their way back into the game a little bit. Not that they're going to win or anything, but maybe they were going to be able to keep this tight for a bit. But then France, they didn't win a scrum penalty. They come back upfield. Luku with a lovely pass to Jalabert, and he kicks then for Pernod to go over to score. Ramos converts for 31-0, and that was a halftime score, but there was time for Ramos to miss a long-range penalty after Dante had won a penalty at the breakdown. Dante, again, such a threat at the breakdown and with ball in hand as well. Italy found it difficult to deal with him, you know, at their own breakdown and also when he was carrying. France in full control. Woki been a menace at the line out. In the second half then, France win another penalty at the breakdown through Mo Vaca. But Jalabert, a rare error from him, he missed his touch. France though then win a free at the scrum back because it was basically too much weight on the bind. Scrum to France now. France win a penalty at that scrum. It actually looked like France maybe went down on the close side to the camera. Referee was on the other side, but it felt like at that stage it's already in referee Dixon's head that if the scrum went down, it was Italy's fault, and that was it. France were getting a penalty. Varney and Lamoureux are taken off like only 3 minutes into the half. Lamoureux not pleased with this at all. He kind of stands on the sideline for a little bit, you know, rather than going up to the stands to join his team. I wonder what's going to happen with that. I know, you know, Crowley is leaving and stuff, but, you know, Lamoureux has been kind of the leader of this team now, and to see that from him was a little bit strange, but it just shows you how out of sorts Italy have been this World Cup. France then win another penalty after penalty, and, you know, just feel like another try can't be too far away. They opt for a scrum in the shadow of the post from their latest penalty. They then go with some big carries. Italy, though, standing up to them. Thought Fusco did well to wrap up Alderete when he tried to carry from the back of the scrum. They're edging them away from the try line, but then they go to the backs, and Jalabert sells a dummy and just slices through that defence to score. Ramos converts for 38-0. Italy then, Italy come back on attack, but France turn them over. Great work from Fiku as they break. Bruno with, you know, a try saver, but they stop France maybe 5 meters away from the line, but France do get a penalty from that. Go to the corner, then to the maul. They twist them all a little bit, then Mo Vaca just breaks off and darts over to score. He was a bit far out, but he did really well to get over there before Italy could react. Converted for 45-0. Italy then go up the line for a penalty, go to the maul, break off to within 5 meters, but then France won another penalty at the breakdown. I think Italy just came flying off their feet. There wasn't even a French player competing, but they gave away a penalty. France then go over again, you know, claim the kick. Pernod did that thing, you know, where he just runs across the defensive line, and you just know he's looking for who looks the most tired because he's going to break through. He did not. Got them on the front foot, and from here then just lost in place for a second. Italy trying to hold them out, but then Mo Fana, he gets over to score. It's converted for 52-0. Italy come forward looking for a score again. They get outside the French defence, and, you know, they're within 5 meters. Then they're battering away at the line. They're between 5 and 10 meters out. France are knocking them back a bit. Giuliani eventually goes over to score. This one actually stands, and then it's converted for 52-7. And, you know, that was much better from Italy, but it was too little too late really for them. France then, to go to the corner from another penalty as Italy just came flying off their feet again. Dupont, he's spotted in the crowd, on the big screen, and there's they're chanting his name, and it's just a big party atmosphere. France then back to the action. They maul it, pick and go. Forwards tie in the Italian defence. Then Koulou and Jaminet combined. They put Mofana over to score for his second try. Conversions missed, 57-7. And, really worrying about Italy now after this Rugby World Cup. Jaminet then slots a late penalty to make it 60.27 as the final score. France got to be on such a high now going into the quarterfinal. However, we still don't know who their opponents are going to be. Could be one of any of those three teams. But whoever it is, they're in for a hell of a game in that. And looking at the form of both New Zealand and France now going into those quarterfinals, like the teams from Pool B, you don't know who you'd rather play. All they know at the moment is they want to be in there. That's what tomorrow is about, is actually getting in there. And whoever you're against, so what? You're in a quarterfinal, you've got a chance to get to a semi-final. But yeah, France were excellent tonight. Players now are starting to come back from injury as well. We're hearing that Dupont is probably going to be back to play in that quarterfinal for them. Italy, though, another really poor performance from them. Not as bad as against New Zealand. There was some fight in it, but then the whole thing of Lamro going off and the tension that was there with that. Their set piece was just absent tonight. And, even when they got into position to have some chances, they found it very hard to break the French down. And, it's the whole thing of now it's a case of, with this Italy team as they are, is if you can get a few points on them, then the game is done. You can just pull away after that. And that's the problem, is that before they were able to stick in games and actually come back at teams, and they seem to have lost that. Obviously, it's the confidence thing. Hopefully the new coach can sort it out for them. But France, with a smile on their face, marching on to the quarterfinals.